All praises and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Ha Rakah Kwadash, double honors unto our apostle elders, which rule great millstone, wow, and shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure unto the end. Shalom wa abba babal. All right, so I was watching this speech Trump did at a Vegas restaurant. All right, and I was like, why is he at a Mexican restaurant when Kamala was live in Chicago? And I'll show you the difference. But something caught my eye. To the spirit, the man next to him, the Mexican man, which he's in a Mexican restaurant once again. And this man here, his name is Javier. Javier, when you look that up, it says a new house. And as you can see, this building has an arch, which is one of the symbols these left-hand Edomites like to use. And it has two columns. And if you notice, Javier is standing at a column. And I said, you know what? Kamala's going to get in because he's at a Mexican restaurant.
We love to fight for the ideals we cherish and to uphold
Which this is live right now.
awesome responsibility that comes with the greatest privilege on earth. The privilege and pride of being an American.
You see how rowdy the crowd is?
So let's get out there. Let's fight for it. Let's get out there. Let's vote for it. And together, let us write the next great chapter in the most extraordinary story ever told. Thank you. God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
So you see that crowd she has, and Trump is over here in a Mexican restaurant next to Javier, right? Well, watch what Javier, and so that stood out to me. I'm like, why would he be at a Mexican restaurant while she's at, a Coliseum with millions watching, and she probably got hundreds of thousands, if not a million people there. Because they said on the outside of the building, there's like 100,000 itself. And they said there's more inside than there is outside. But,
school choice is a big deal. It's a big deal. Everybody wants school choice. And I'll support our police and stop the crime wave that was caused by this woman. What she's done on the border, she was the border czar. She doesn't want to talk about it. She said, I'm not the border czar.
And some of them I noticed too as well, because I've been watching these speeches. Trump isn't talking about doing anything in the future, really. He's talking about what he has done and what Kamala is going to do, right? So he's like pushing her, like what she's going to do. This is what they're going to do. This is what I did for you. This is why I was a better president. But he's not really giving you any solutions, all right? Like this little no tax on tips. When you listen, he's just bullshitting. He's not giving nobody no solutions or promises really of the future, but what they're going to do on the other horn, which America, it says that it speaks as a lamb. It's like a lamb with two horns, Revelation 13:11, and that is spake as a dragon. It's like a lamb with two horns, Republican and Democrat, right? They're all both talking like they're going to help somebody, but they're only in it for themselves. And they come down with draconian law, all right?
For 4 years, she's the border czar. Now she's not the border czar all of a sudden. You know why? Because people are coming in at levels that nobody's ever seen before. They're coming in by the millions, and they're coming from jails and prisons. They're slightly different.
Let's see here.
He says, is this a French restaurant? Looks like a French restaurant. We have to focus on her because he's gonzo, so we'll focus on her. She's terrible. She's worse than he is. By the way, he's the worst president in the history.
Oh, thank you for being here, President Donald Trump.
So right behind Javier, right, they have a fiddle or a bass, right? See, it's a violin, all right, but it looks just like what was behind Javier, which Javier means new house, right? And look right here, Cambridge Dictionary, a bass fiddle. You understand? Bass fiddle. See, that's a fiddle that is behind Trump. This dude is Nero.
If you're seeing this video, it's your sign that you have a message inside you that is meant to reach a whole bunch of people. And my guess...
Thank you for being here, President.
See that? In fact, I'm going to screenshot it so I can put it up there. So that shows you that, you know, that's a fiddle and Trump being Nero. All right? Javier name being a new house, right? What did Nero do? As Rome burnt, which they believe Nero is the one that ordered the burning of Rome, and he blamed the Israelites. The Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, right? And these Edomites, all right, they persecuted us under that false accusation of burning down Rome. So they were putting us to death. So don't be shocked if there be a false flag and they say some form of an Israelite did it. All right. Now, he's playing the fiddle and he's pretty much talking about Kamala and what they're going to do. And this is the attitude of Kamala.
The power I have as a prosecutor is that with a swipe of my pen, I can charge someone with a misdemeanor, the lowest level offense possible. And by virtue of that swipe of my pen, you will have to go to a courthouse and stand in line. You will have to come out of pocket and hire an attorney. You may get arrested for a few hours. You will be embarrassed in your community. You will miss time from coming onto the Google campus. All because with the swipe of my pen, I've charged you with a crime, which I may choose to dismiss 2 weeks later. It's an incredible amount of power. You know, the power I have as a
See? So that shows you her attitude, all right? And when she was speaking earlier today, let me see.
worked long hours, and like many working parents, I will always remember their stories. Husband, I think about the path that we have traveled together. Joe, I am filled with gratitude. Your record, I love our country with all my heart. Everywhere I go, in everyone I meet, I see a nation that is ready to move forward, ready for the next step in the incredible journey that is America. I see an America where we hold fast to the fearless belief that built our nation and inspired the world. That here, in this country, anything is possible. That nothing is out of reach.
See, and that's the spirit of Satan. Do as thou wilt. And that's what they're coming to do. They're coming to push that spirit of do as thou wilt. And that's why you're going to have chaos in the streets. All right? Because in 2 Ezra 15, and look, it's on that chapter right there by the Spirit, right? Because this is prophecy, and it says, it says in verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men. And we all know if, Kamala takes the presidency, we all know that there's going to be, civil unrest because of racism. And also her being a female among men. See, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one in another, they shall not regard their kings. All right, why? Because, I believe that it's going to be a woman. And the reason why I believe it's going to be this woman, the so-called black woman, is because that Esau, he believes he's going to rule on. He believes that he's going to rule forever. Their house is going to continue. But in their plot to rule on, they want to destroy America under the watch of a so-called black woman. See, because Eve sold out to the serpent, the so-called white man, and they're going to use Eve. They weaponize Eve against the Israelite man. All right. So they're going to want to nuke America, the elite, and put the story in their mind in the future that they're the hero for destroying the evil so-called black man, right? And the so-called black woman, But even if it's Trump, which, it could be, but the way it's looking like they're putting their money behind Kamala, because Kamala, she had all the actual stars of modern time. Trump, he had a old prostitute, an old wrestler, right? So they're showing you that he's outdated, and Kamala's the new thing in, okay? And so let me show you another video also, showing you the difference between Trump's RNC and her DNC.
Has intentionally been much more moderate.
When they did.
Watch. They have empty seats and everything.
Would be
exactly what he thought.
Accepts his party's nomination tonight. Well, this is so old school, but I'd love to know what he would do in a second term. Like, like that would be interesting. Like, he is running, and they policy. Like, it's been so interesting to me how they've elided so many policies. Like the budget. Like, Republicans talk about $35 trillion in debt. What are you going to do about that? Ukraine. I mean, it's a pretty important issue. We're going to solve Ukraine. That's not an answer. That's like...
See, and I didn't even know he was going to say that. But he's pointing out exactly what I just said. They're not giving you no solutions. They're just bullshitting, all right, to Trump, which Kamala is the one that's over there saying that they're going to do this, they're going to do that. And even on the right, as Trump being in the Republican seat, he's telling you what Kamala is going to do, right? That they're going to pretty much go into communism, all right? Socialism, martial law, all right?
A balloon. And so, you go down issue after issue. J.D. Vance talks about struggling people in the Midwest, in the industrial Midwest. Well, in fact, frankly, under Joe Biden, there's investment after investment into Ohio.
As I looked out, they didn't know I was looking out. They thought it was over.
Cocaine in the propane flow. The chosen one, I'm the living proof. It's the gift to gab from the city of truth. You know what jam stands and not critics back. Nah, start with.
Yeah, this is an old washed up artist too. Kid Rock. See? And see, they got empty seats up here. It's not full like hers. Look, empty seats. You only got people at the bottom.
Selling rhymes with no 7 I'm still there and wanna see us fly. I guess because only God knows why.
Said that we should take that letter and put it as part of the Republican nation. That through a little bit, it was bad.
See, and that's the RNC there.
Men.
There's no energy really in it, right?
Along with my good friend, Governor Scott Walker.
Her live.
The Biden administration finally agreed to ban Peter Daszak and EcoHealth Alliance.
The peaceful transfer of power. I will be a president who unites us around our highest aspirations. A president who leads and listens, who is realistic, practical, and has common sense, and always fights for the American people. From the courthouse to the White House, that has been my life's work.
What she just said in the courthouse, she could put false charges on you if she wanted, or she could drop charges if she wanted by the swipe of her pen.
As a young courtroom prosecutor in Oakland, California, I stood up for women and children against predators who abuse them. As Attorney General of California, I took on the big banks, delivered $20 billion for middle-class families who face...
I got another video I gotta add, because she said...
To you that has to be spoken to here, okay? Greg, look at the ring of sweets, okay? This is not unique to Democrats. There is a game of money. When people talk about uniparty, we are strangled by the money reality in our politics. Those sweets start at 500 grand. You think there's like a teacher group up in there? You think it's like the Cub Scouts of Columbia County, South Carolina, that's up in those boxes? Those boxes are filled with the same people that they say they're going to regulate. They are literally looking down on the faithful and being told, yeah, we're going to break down on them. We're going to make them pay their share. They paid 500, 700, $1 million, $1.5 million to have those seats. And the same thing is true at the Republican side. And they're going to take them down. They're going to change how it is. They are looking down from on high at the people who make the difference in their communities. And that is the reality of politics.